Recognizing the member for Kelowna Mission.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I thank the member for opposite for her comments and expertise shared as well. I want to use my time this morning during the deliberations here to discuss what we mean by community. Because community is not a space, a building, or an entity. And it's easy to say and often used to describe the health and safety and success of places where we live. Community health, community space, community policing come to mind. But I believe, above all, community is not a thing. Community is people. The word community can be defined as the invisible thread that connects us all as people, our experiences, our locations, our feelings. And here in BC, our communities are built by people supporting one another in whatever capacity they can. We dedicate our careers and our lives to advancing our communities and making them better places for everyone. Within each of our communities, few roles are as indispensable as our healthcare workers and nurses. The people who care for our sick and elderly and support us in some of our most difficult and vulnerable moments. During cancer treatment, when we are in pain, as we pass from this life to the next. But support has to be a two-way street, interconnected throughout the community. And when our healthcare workers are not thriving, our community's wellness suffers. The very reason that we are connected becomes just a little more tenuous. Our nurses and healthcare workers need support and long-term planning from all levels of government to ensure that they are not overwhelmed by the daunting challenges that they're facing daily. Over the past few years, countless warning signs have been flagged that our nurses and caregivers are being stretched to the brink. Between the pandemic and the ongoing opioid crisis, all exacerbated by an ever-growing staffing shortage, nurses are at the front lines of BC's current healthcare crisis. Nurses are struggling through a nightmare and have never felt more overworked, undervalued, or isolated from the help they need to deliver the help they give. According to the BC Nurses Union, 82% of BC nurses say their mental health is suffering. Nurses tell us that their burnout has reached levels never before seen. I have never met a nurse who isn't dedicated to delivering the best patient care they can. They go into the field because of their passion for care, their heart to serve, and their desire to heal people that are sick and injured. But as some hospitals are forced to operate at often half of their staffing capacity, nurse-to-patient ratios are becoming overwhelming, and workloads continue to increase. They're not able to serve their community in the ways they were trained to do so, and this is simply devastating to nurses. An anonymous source at Royal Inland Hospital, the vital healthcare hub of the interior, said they are routinely operating at 60 to 70% of their normal nursing capacity, sometimes reaching as low as 50%. All the warning signs show us that under our current plan, this problem is only going to get worse. As our population continues to grow, the demand for healthcare services is only going to expand. BC will need more than 26,000 nurses by 2031. Yet because of extreme exhaustion and stress in their workplaces, 35% of nurses say they are considering leaving the profession. Our nursing shortage is in crisis. Every year, our communities are losing more and more of the vital people we need to keep ourselves healthy and safe. All levels of government must take immediate action today to help our communities support themselves. We need an immediate recruitment and retrainment strategy for nursing, new policies to streamline the certification of foreign-trained doctors and nurses, and increased mental health supports for our nurses who are facing unimaginable stresses and trauma in their workplaces. We need to change the hospital culture in which they work. As policymakers, the meaning of community requires more thoughtfulness and deliberation than we typically give it. Going forward, we must embrace the complexity, including the crucial impact communities have on health and well-being as we strive to understand and create social change. By giving our healthcare workers the support they need, they can in turn support our communities. And we will all together build a stronger and better province for all. Thank you.